In the mid-19th century, beneath the ruins of the ancient Assyrian city of Nineveh, archaeologists uncovered a forgotten library, a trove of clay tablets that hadn't seen the light of day in over 2,000 years. This was the royal archive of King Ashurbanipal, a man who called himself the last great king of Assyria, and perhaps the world's first archivist. Among the shattered tablets, written in the wedge-shaped script of cuneiform, lay a story older than the Bible, older than Homer, older than history as we know it. Pieced together across 7 tablets, it wasn't just a myth. It was a blueprint for how the ancients understood the universe. This story became known as the Enuma Elish, the Babylonian epic of creation. It is a tale of gods and monsters, of blood and clay, of cosmic war and divine kingship. And it begins not with light, not with land, but with a whisper from the waters of chaos. Before Genesis. Before the Bible. Before even the gods of Mount Olympus took their thrones. There was chaos. And from that chaos, a whisper emerged. That whisper became a war. And from war came a god who carved the heavens from a corpse. This is not mythology as you know it. This is the Enuma Elish, the world's oldest surviving creation epic. Buried beneath the sands of Mesopotamia, it tells a tale so primal, so powerful, that echoes of it still shape the stories we tell today. Let's dig into the Enuma Elish. Part 1: The Primordial Waters. In the beginning, there was nothing. No sun. No moon. No earth. Only water, 2 great bodies of it. Apsu, the fresh water, and Tiamat, the salt water, mingled together in the great void. From their union came the first gods, Lamu, Lahamu, Anshar, Kishar, and generations beyond. But the children of Apsu and Tiamat were restless. They stirred the silence with their laughter, their voices shaking the cosmic calm. Apsu, disturbed and infuriated, decided the only solution was destruction. He would annihilate his own children. But before he could act, one god, Ea, the clever and cunning, struck first. With a spell, he put Apsu to sleep and killed him in his slumber. The waters of order had been spilled, and chaos stirred. Part 2: Tiamat's Wrath. Tiamat, the great salt sea, was devastated. Her partner was gone, her realm dishonored. But she would not grieve, she would retaliate. From her depths, she spawned an army of monsters, serpents, scorpion men, storm beasts, and dragons with poison for blood. And at the head of this nightmare force, she placed her new consort, Kingu, and made him commander of the gods. Tiamat would become the mother of monsters, and with fire in her breath and chaos in her womb, she waged war on her own divine children. Part 3: The Rise of Marduk. The gods panicked. Who could defeat Tiamat? Who could stand against the mother of creation, now the queen of destruction? Then came a god unlike any before, Marduk, son of Ea. A storm god. A warrior. And a strategist. Marduk made the gods an offer: if I defeat Tiamat, I become king, not just of the gods, but of the cosmos. Desperate, the gods agreed. Marduk was granted supreme power. They placed in his hand a bow, gave him lightning, and set a storm chariot beneath his feet. Armed with the winds of heaven, Marduk marched to war. Part 4: The Cosmic Duel. The battlefield was beyond time, in the heart of the swirling void. Marduk faced Tiamat, whose body stretched across the skies. With words of power and winds of death, Marduk bound her jaws open. He shot an arrow straight down her throat, piercing her heart. The saltwater goddess let out a cry that became thunder across eternity. Her body collapsed. But Marduk wasn't finished. He took her carcass and sliced it in half. From one half, he created the sky, from the other, the earth. He placed the stars, set the moon in motion, and mapped out the constellations. From chaos, he carved order. Part 5: The Creation of Humans. With the cosmos now arranged, the gods rejoiced, but they were still burdened with labor. They had to maintain the universe, feed the temples, perform the rituals. Marduk had another solution. He seized Kingu, the traitor general of Tiamat, and spilled his blood. From that divine blood, mixed with clay, humans were born. But not as equals. Humans were created for one purpose: to serve the gods. To carry the weight of existence on their shoulders. Our destiny, in this myth, was slavery dressed as purpose. Part 6: The Birth of Babylon. With Marduk now enthroned as the king of gods, the divine assembly decided to build a city in his honor, Babylon. There, they would hold a great feast and chant the 50 names of Marduk, each name signifying a divine power or role he now possessed: Creator, Avenger, Architect of Heaven. Babylon wasn't just a city. In the Enuma Elish, it was the center of the universe, the bridge between gods and men, order and chaos. The reading of this epic became a ritual itself, performed every new year to reassert Marduk's supremacy and remind humanity of its place in the grand design. Part 7: Legacy and Influence. The Enuma Elish isn't just a dusty relic. It's the prototype of every epic that followed. The idea of a creator slaying a chaos serpent? It echoes in Yahweh versus Leviathan, Zeus versus Typhon, Thor versus Jormungandr. The structure of a chosen god rising above others? The seeds of monotheism? And the belief that humans exist to serve a higher, divine order? That idea shaped law, kingship, even religion itself. The Enuma Elish is not merely a story, it is a mirror. A reflection of how ancient humans grappled with the terror of the unknown. Why are we here? Who made us? What lies beneath the stars? In slaying the sea goddess, Marduk brought order to chaos, but in doing so, he taught us that peace is born of struggle, and creation of destruction. And so, every time we look to the heavens or ask where we come from, we're still echoing that first, ancient whisper. Enuma Elish, when on high.